calling the party office is completely deserted. Nobody that lives in the wilderness will know what is happening in the town. Are you getting the point clear? He is living in a world, an isolated world,
where
nobody is coming. So he wouldn't know what is happening. So this grand reception described here, he wouldn't have known because he's living in a deserted environment. Now, to add up to this, you see, in their response, in trying to respond to the issue of receiving diarrhea, of course, we are hearing of serious intervention in the politics of the state. Of course, the Senate President is being fingered as one of the figures that is instrumental in some of the dislocation that is going on in Plateau State. We have it on record that he is likely going to be in Jos on Friday, where at the deserted secretariat to try to give flesh to it in the name of receiving one Senator Sati Gobeng from AC to PDP.
That is Senate President.
Yes, the Senate President. David Mark. The point here is that the Senate President is from the North Central Zone. The Senate President is an elder. The Senate President is number 3 citizen in this country. All we expect from him is that if there is quarreling and fighting in the house, he should play the role of a father to try to reconcile. But if he will descend into the arena and take side with one of the warring factions,
Sati what?
Sati Gobeng.
AC Senator.
If he takes sides with the warring faction and goes to Jos to try to sustain the deserted secretariat, of course he should blame himself for anything that will happen there. Because if a father is found playing with small children, and yes, he will be treated as a small boy. So we are advising advising seriously that the Senate President should maintain the integrity and dignity of his office as a father, so that we too he can earn our respect. But should he, yes, fall prey to this particular attempt to lure him to Jos to accord credibility to the deserted secretariat, of course, it will be a very unfortunate development. We are also sad that he is from Benue. He is from Benue, and he is involved in this present problem. The last crisis of the party in 2005, Audu, another man from Benue, and of the same ethnic extraction again, with the Senate President, was involved in escalating the problem. So we are worried. What has our people done to Benue people, especially of the Idoma extraction, that anytime we have problem in Plateau, they will descend into it and escalate it.
The suspension was not lifted, and that was where the bribe theory started. Yes, where you as members of the covering the national secretariat, you are aware that at the meeting where the suspension was lifted, there were two agenda. Yes, two agenda for yes, two different set of agenda for that meeting. Where one, they surreptitiously removed the issue of discussing the lifting of the suspension on Dare until some other people drew the chairman's attention before the issue was discussed. So we are not surprised that he will claim he's not aware. And it's only a man who is living in the moon. Let me tell you, on the day Chief Dare was received in Jos, the whole town came to a standstill. Even not that we were being unruly, not even the bullion vans of CBN would pass along the route. Our party office is located in a very central position in Jos. The whole place was taken over. When you know there is a crowd puller any day. So these people are just lamenting the fact that they are going to suffer more desertion. They are this thing. Let me tell you, most of their people are even going to move to this group, because as a politician, nobody will want to remain where it is not happening.
It should be noted that as an astute politician with large followership in the state, coupled with the fact that he has been a two-term governor, it should have amounted to political suicide to align with the now completely deserted house, Korenjo house, where the Jan campaign outfit precise. As rightly stated by Chief Joshua Darie himself at the well-attended reception ceremony accorded him at the party's secretariat in Jos, he couldn't have associated himself with a group that is known to be fighting Mr. President, the federal government, the National Assembly, the party, and every other person. In the said memo addressed to the national chairman, Dakum Sean has accused the chairman of not condemning our action. We believe we deserve, in the circumstance, what we deserve in the circumstance is commendation for repositioning the party, attracting members across other parties, provision of a befitting state secretariat, and restoring the lost confidence in the leadership of the party. Worthy of note is the mass movement into the party by the Action Congress, AC, and the entire structure of Chief Joshua Darie, which includes former ministers of the Federal Republic, members of the state and national assemblies, commissioners, special advisors and assistants, chief executives of boards and parastatals, governorship aspirants, local government chairmen and councillors, and the list goes on. As introduced to you before, the former chairman of the Action Congress is here seated. Chief Ivarji is here with us. One of the key humanitarian aspirants in the Action Congress, Dr. Atu, is also seated here. That confirms to you that the whole AC has been emptied into the party under our leadership. A reputable member. This is another area that I want to talk about with all seriousness. Dr. Bello, Haliru Bello, is a well-known person. And it is sad to note that a reputable member of the National Working Committee of our great party, in the person of Dr. Haliru Mohammed Bello, a man of high standing, integrity, honor, and scholar of note, should be singled out for vilification, blackmail, and character assassination. As far as we are concerned, this attack on this unassuming personality is directed at not only him, but the entire working committee of our great party. We equally find it an insult on the collective psyche of our leaders and people to insinuate that we cannot reason for ourselves, but have to employ the services of the Deputy National Chairman to do our work for us. To the best of our knowledge, our contacts all along on this issue of the party leadership have been with the National Chairman and no one else. We want to state here categorically that we have never met Dr. Bello on this matter as a person. This wicked machination, we believe, is an extension of Dakum Sean and his master's pathological hatred for Muslims. Besides, we conceive this act as a calculated attempt to divert attention from the real issues. In the pursuit of their desperate ambition to perpetuate themselves in office, these characters have not spared anybody, including the office of the National Chairman. It is common knowledge, particularly in Plateau State, that during their last visit to the National Chairman on Monday, June 22nd, 2009, Ghana must go was extended. And therefore, they believe that no decision can be taken on the protracted PDP crisis any longer. Even their transactions with the office of the Vice Chairman, North Central, Alhaji Yusufu Aitogo, is within the public domain in Plateau State. According to Dakum Sean, were it not been for the jeeps, Peugeot 406, and the Ghana must go, they would have long been dissolved. Therefore, as long as this kind of transaction persists, the crisis will linger on. Gentlemen, the vote of no confidence, which was also passed on Dr. Bello by Dakum Sean, is not only incompetent, but a gross misconduct on the office of the Deputy National Chairman. It is our considered opinion that this act of insubordination should not be allowed to go unpunished. This act of mudslinging is already setting a dangerous precedent capable of damaging the reputation of the entire National Working Committee and the party as well. Already, we have it on good authority that in furtherance of their desperation to frustrate any decision on the Plateau Pdp crisis, Governor Jang and Dakum Sean have been going around other states conversing for the polarization of the National Working Committee into factions. We are not surprised, therefore, that in the same memo to the National Chairman, there is a threat to this effect. For the avoidance of doubt, we want to restate the fact that from the onset, the results of the gubernatorial primaries in Plateau State should have been a sobering moment for Governor Jang in handling the party affairs and governance by extension in the state. In a situation where the rule was bent almost to the point of breaking one's back, where Governor Jang scored only 39.5% instead of the mandatory 50%. Honorable G.T. Sango got 25%, Engineer Jimmy Sheto 19%, Architect John Alkali 12%, and the others, the remaining, totaling 61.5%. This non-accommodating attitude of Jang should be given serious attention. In conclusion, democracy, as we all know, is about people. The generally accepted standard for mandate worldwide is by election. We have stated severally that the 2008 State Congress in Plateau State was inconclusive, and it will be morally wrong for Dakum Sean and his cohorts to lay claim to a non-existent mandate. In the circumstance, the only option in the interest of peace, justice, equity, and the rule of law is for the National Working Committee to conclude the unconcluded Plateau State Congress. Anything short of this will amount to rape on the well-cherished internal democracy. As loyal party members in our group, and they all know us, we are peace-loving. We want to assure the leadership of our party at all levels that we shall continue to be law-abiding and patiently wait for the National Working Committee to complete our unconcluded state congresses.
And the reason why we decided to leave PDP to Action Congress, because our leader, Chief J.C. Dare, who was the governor then, was suspended from the party. That was why he denied registering us as members of PDP. That's why we went to his. But now, politics is about people, just like rightly said here. In Plateau States, I am from Plateau. I know what is happening in Plateau State. I know what is happening about politics of Plateau States. And if you know about politics very well, where people belong as politicians, you must be there with them. I know exactly what is happening. All these people that they are talking about, I'm not a new man in PDP. I know what is happening. And today, honestly, you have even heard and you read from the names of these personalities who are now in PDP. And all of us from the Action Congress have decided to go to PDP because where people are belonged, that is where we should.
Step back in time every Sunday and every Thursday as we upload new political soundbites of prominent Nigerian politicians kept in the archives for close to 20 years, coming to you fresh, unfiltered, and unscripted. Subscribe to keep a date with us.